Hey everybody, Norm from Tested.com here at the SteamVR Developer Showcase. Virtual reality offers so many possibilities for different genres of games. Physics-based puzzle games are really exciting, and the game I'm gonna try is called Fantastic Contraptions. Not only is it an interesting puzzle game, but they do some cool stuff with the way you interact with the game itself. Let's go check it out. So I'm here with Lindsay, who's on the dev team for Fantastic Contraptions. We've played the game a little bit before. It's a puzzle game. Let's give everyone out there a little bit description of what the game is and what you can do in it.
Okay, Fantastic Contraption is a game about building contraptions. You use wheels and sticks to kind of build something to convey a goal object to the goal and win the game. But it's not just about cars, it's about building all sorts of creative ways to propel and get through the levels. You pull stuff off of a cat naturally, and it's kind of this creative space to build a bunch of stuff and solve puzzles.
Yeah, in terms of a creative space, it turns out you don't need to give the user like 1,000 different tools. You have wheels that spin, wheels that don't spin, sticks that you can extend, sticky materials, but it's just a handful of things, and you can build almost a near infinite number of contraptions with that.
Yeah, it's been very deliberate to limit what we're actually including into the game, because there's so many options that you could do and make a lot of noise, but you really only need a certain very limited tool set to do so much stuff, and it's so very exciting just with what we have, and we're very, very deliberate about limiting what we're putting in the game to do that.
Now, because you're physically building, you're moving your hands and positioning objects, stretching things out, that can get exhausting. And what you've developed also are interesting, basically, menus that are not visual, but are location based. Can you describe that system?
Yeah, so we have, in addition to in-world menu, shortcuts that you pull out things from around your body and use those so that you can build really rapidly. 2 hands pulling sticks from over your shoulders, wheels off your head, decorative things that you pull out of your chin or beard if you've got one, summon deletion tool from the sky, and that just allows you to be like real pro mode builder and build contraptions super quick.
Those shortcuts are all tied to your physical body, right? Like you've mapped them like your ears, your head. You're actually pulling virtual objects out of it, like little coins out of your ear kind of thing. But you're even using the menu as like a hat that you pull over your head. It was all based on the human form, the human body. Your sense of where your body is, and you're taking advantage of that in the game.
Very much so. And VR is such a visceral space that it's no longer floating text in space. Everything that you should interact with is a physical object in the space, and that's just such an exciting new frontier kind of that VR and having hands allows you to do. And like, say you grab a helmet, put that over your head, you're in a whole new world where you have your save games, you grab the save game and you put it somewhere, and it's an actual all physical objects in the space, and like say it or around your body and how you interact with things.
Now, the space, the physical world that you're representing in the virtual space is a platform, and it's room scale platform. You're walking around. Do you find that people actually walk around a lot and take advantage of that room scale, or can you play this, just standing in a very small space and manipulating, because there's no teleportation mechanic?
That's true, but I use it in a very small apartment. So we were really concerned about, is it going to be like this class divide that, I've got a huge space so that I can build the bigger contraptions. But we've actually got an equal size platform that is the valid space for building, and you can use your controllers to actually like extend stuff out. And we've actually built in shortcuts that I don't think you got demoed, where you can actually use it to kind of build like a ship in a bottle, where you can use a stick to position things and that will release it. And it's very, very open, even if you're restricted movement and like can't move around. We've designed it so if you can only use one hand and have a very small space, you can still very much take advantage of the full space of the area, but it's also really great for moving around and, like you said, with the shortcuts, it's not exhausting. You're not running back and forth, but it's an amazing experience to be immersed in your contraption, this big thing that you're building, moving around, and like I'm looking at it.
What I like also is that you're being playful with scale without actually changing the scale, your relative scale, to the environment. And you can see a small mini scale representation of yourself, but you don't ever blow yourself up. You just have a different representation. You can just
Yeah. So you're talking about we have a mini map, which is handy because sometimes if there's like a gap that you have to get across, when you're standing there, you can't always judge what the sizes are. So in the mini maps, you can look kind of sideways. You can move that. You can flip upside down. Something that we like that kind of blows your mind is have something that falls up, but you've turned the map upside down, so you see it like fall up into infinity in the sky upside down. It kind of messes with your head, and that's really cool.
These type of sandbox experiences where people are constructing, so much of the experience comes from your recognition of real world physics being implemented in engine, in game. How difficult is it to either incorporate things that like real world physics, so you don't have destructible environments, the things like that, or incorporate not real world physics and still have it be believable and immersive?
We've keeping the physics pretty realistic. I mean, there are two kind of modes in the game. There's build mode, where when you put something in space, it doesn't necessarily fall unless it's like a specific physics-based object. When you press play, the physics come into play and go. And it's so much, I hesitate to say like it's a very colorful, not super realistic looking environment. So we have some leeway there, but it's part of it is a physics game. And it seems fairly visceral. You're at the size, gravity is somewhat realistic. It's very interpretive of.
And you have cues, for example, holding your representation of the Vive controller, even dangling chains below it give you a sense of that's gravity, that's down. You're holding things that have a weight in the game.
Very much so. We've also had play of like as you have a longer pole, as it rotates, kind of giving you some weight, which is a real challenge in VR because there's no way to restrict somebody's movement with weight things. But the human brain is awesome at taking cues like dangling things or just lag on how you move things to interpret that as weight. And a little bit of haptics can help too. And there's some
using that telegraph occlusion or objects bumping into each other, so you don't get the Vive controllers tapping each other. You feel a little haptic feedback or audio cues, all these little things they add on.
And then like things kind of highlight. We've got so it's very interesting non-real world interactions, but because you've just got your two hands, you're there, you're grabbing stuff, it's all just so, there's a lot that you get for free. Just you pull stuff apart, that's how you do it.
At this point in the game development, you have the tool set built in, the palette of tools is all done, you're building levels. What's next for Fantastic Contraptions? What do you guys still have to polish? And when can people create their own levels?
Yeah, building your own levels, that won't be a ship feature, but it's definitely on our radar. That's like one of the big exciting things already. Like we're building stuff, and to build a world as well, that's going to be awesome to do in VR. We might release maybe like a light Unity version of a level editor to get out faster, to get people putting stuff in there, but that we haven't fully decided on that kind of thing. But also dabbled with multiplayer, which is just this whole world of awesome for VR. Very excited about that, but we're a small team, so that's a big challenge ahead of us, and a little bit further down the road.
Can't wait to play the full game when it comes out. Thank you so much, Lindsay, for chatting with me.
Thanks for playing.